Hello everybody, this is Gameplays Games, and welcome to a Crossout discussion video. I realize, yes, I already recorded this, but I had, for the ones that are watching this one and also have seen the other one, I had some issues with audio. I noticed I actually had my microphone off, and it should be fixed right now. And, well, this is going to be a discussion about the developer block for the Dawn Children, a new faction coming for the game. This is going to be the 6th faction for the game, which is actually pretty cool. I do want to say, if there are any more audio issues, I actually had to reinstall my Windows for my entire computer because I had some serious issues with, even though not all of those features are fixed, for example, still having issues with my Steam, so I cannot currently continue the Robocraft series, although I can still continue Crossout and War Thunder and Dreadnought, so those three are not a problem, but all the current stuff I'm doing with Robocraft are currently not doable, sadly. Anyway, that out of the way, let's dive into the juicy stuff. After the disaster, some people have acquired genius level of inventiveness. People of intellectual work were more prone to this than others. Therefore, university campuses, coast cities, and large laboratories have turned to the branches of the world of the future, until they become more like amusement parks in a madhouse. The new faction, Dawn Children, is going to be led by a character called Riley, which is probably this character right here. Although little to nothing is known about him before the disaster called Crossout happened. Even his gender is not certain, which is actually pretty funny because it's gonna say his, but for I don't know what he is then. This faction has a very futuristic creation stuff, which among other things are gonna be these amazing hover parts, which are called the Ikara 7 hovers, which are an epic movement part, which is going to be a high mobility, high power part. It's probably going to be one of the best movement parts in the game, although they are going to be very expensive because you're going to probably need at least 6 of them in order to use these things correctly. Also, the Dawn Children faction works on space vehicles for mankind's conquest of space. That's why many of the faction parts, including cabins and wheels, were previously used in Moon and Mars rovers. If we're gonna Google Mars rovers very quickly, we're gonna see something like this. It looks like a big square box. So the cabin doesn't look that interesting to me. It's probably gonna be just a giant box. However, these wheels looks like they're gonna be on arms, and then the wheel like this is probably something like what we are gonna be getting. Having some kind of wheel like this on arms looks pretty interesting, and there will probably be the wheel probably means that this is gonna be higher off the ground, similar to the large wheel and the Meglex work. And we're probably gonna see armor parts similar as on those pictures. We're gonna get another wheel, gonna be the Lunar 4. It was intended for moving over the surface of celestial bodies, but also works great for wastelands. And going through the part 2 of the block, we are gonna discuss these weapons. The first one of these is gonna be the Tesla Cannon TB3 Spark, which is a legendary weapon which deals damage to all targets in the aiming cone. This is probably gonna have a similar effect to a shotgun, but have a larger aiming cone but a lower damage in comparison, so effective for fighting multiple enemies at once. So it's gonna be crowd control and a group weapon, similar to how the Mandrake works. The Mandrake is really effective against groups because it's rather inaccurate. And its power consumption is going to be 6 units, so the maximum number of weapons on this car, or you can get of these weapons on a car, is 2. Next up is the Plasma Emitter P7 Morningstar. It's going to be an epic weapon, also requiring 6 energy points, and it's gonna create balls of lightning that deal significant damage to any matter it comes in contact with. Hearing this, I'm probably gonna think that there's gonna be an entire new way of damaging. That these weapons are gonna have a different damage model than the standard weapon, because we got our standard kinetic damage, so machine guns, shotguns, they deal damage and impact. We got our explosive weapons, which deal damage in a 3x3x3 radius, and we got our fire damage. So I'm gonna assume that these weapons are gonna give get ourselves a new type of damaging, which is gonna be very interesting. Next up is something that I probably think is gonna be a typo, or this is gonna be very big news, because this is the plasma radar synthesis, which is a wear weapon requiring 4 energy points, but it says here you can mount up to 4 of these at the same time. The people that are capable of doing math, of course, already calculated that 4 times 4 is 16 energy points, which is 1 more than the current maximum energy for normal vehicles. So this is gonna be big news. If we get a new generator in this update, we will get 16 energy, meaning that people could mount twin. You could mount twin Mandrake. We can get ourselves a triple whirlwind with scope, and we can get ourselves even a quad flamethrower. It's gonna be very, very awesome if you get 16 energy, because it gives you much more freedom than the current 50. Anyway, lastly, for this discussion, we got our combat laser GLB Red Ray. This is an epic weapon requiring 5 energy units. Probably pretty interesting, because these all have brown with yellow, and this one we got ourselves 2 models. And one of them is brown, so I'm gonna assume that this is the one we will be getting. Also looking at the background drawing right here as well, I'm gonna assume that we're gonna get the left side one, but we also got a right side one. So this will probably be a customization kit then, if not a new weapon. And this weapon requires 5 energy units, and it's air cooling of barrels providing continuous rate of fire for pulse lasers, with a range, a very limited range of shooting in the normal atmosphere, so in the air, because well, those are lasers, of course. But I'm gonna assume this thing is gonna be similar to the Equalizer minigun, but more powerful at the cost of range. And also, we the developers say we remind you that the developer box series tells the players about preliminary plans for the development of the project. The final version may differ from the changes described above. So not all this is set in stone, but we have, let's say we have a very high chance that we will get these parts. That said, I encourage you guys to comment down below what you think about the audio currently, if there are any issues with audio, and what you guys of course think about these parts. If you think these parts are cool, or if they should have stick to the more wasteland feel instead of going all futuristic suddenly, and so forth and so forth. So please just comment down below what you guys think about these new parts that are going to be added to the game, and which ones you are looking forward to the most. And this was the Campbell's Games, and I will see you guys all later. Bye bye.